14 Fathoms is a software company specializing in providing simple, Microsoft-based technology solutions for the construction industry. An introduction to our scope sheet template. One of the most challenging tasks for your estimators and project managers, and biggest risks for your company, is ensuring that subcontractors' proposals are apples to apples when it comes to the scope they use to prepare their bid. Each subcontractor bases their total bid amount price on what they interpret as included and excluded in the construction drawings. It is critical to the financial success of a project to know that the low-cost subcontractor included the same scope as the highest-cost subcontractor when preparing their bids. In this simplified example, electrical proposal number 1 includes the required work and scope per the construction documents. Proposal 2 includes the removal of old wiring, but did not receive the light schedule and included the wrong, non-specified light fixtures. The third proposal came in right before the deadline and failed to send details of what scope they did or did not include. Your estimator has to decide what number to carry, and a few $1,000s could be the difference between winning and losing a project. Your estimator can create checklists for each project and each trade, but this is very time-consuming. If done the traditional way, each new contract document or change to the general project information has to be manually updated on each checklist created. After submitting a bid to the owner and being awarded the job, there is little you, as the general contractor, can do to cover the cost of scope excluded by the sub. If you do have to cover the cost of scope gaps, you can waste valuable time getting overly aggressive buying out other subcontractors, which can cause conflict throughout the project. Or you could pay the subcontractor for the missed scope by using your overhead fees or potential profit. To mitigate risks, general contractors need a fast way to compare subcontractor proposals that come in a multitude of formats with very different levels of scope and pricing details. Bid comparison software is available, but it is complicated and expensive. 14 Fathoms Scope Sheet Template solves these problems by providing your estimators and project managers with easy-to-use and customizable Excel files to ensure bids are comparable. The 14 Fathoms solution minimizes redundant data entry, saving time that can be used on more productive bidding tasks. The scope sheet requires your estimator to fill out the general project information that is the same across all trades in one place on the Setup tab. This information is carried to the General section on each individual trade scope sheet. Any changes made on this one Setup tab are reflected on all existing and future scope sheets for that project. When you send the scope sheet to the subcontractors, you can be confident they are all receiving consistent information regarding the project. For example, if the owner releases an addendum to the bid documents, your estimator can add the addendum number 2 information to the General section of the Setup tab. Now, all of your trade scope sheets will require that your bidders review and include addendum number 2 in their bids. Below the General section is the trade-specific scope area for relevant detailed items identifying what each trade should include or exclude on their bid. Your estimators can create separate scope documents with the click of one button for each trade and easily input their specific scope. For example, here is one sheet for your drywall subcontractors. Here is a detailed one for the plumbers. Once the scope is created in the 14 Fathoms template, you have the option of creating a one-page, professional-looking scope document that is sent to the subcontractors. The subcontractors then use the scope sheet as a checklist to ensure that they include all relevant scope. While it's a small extra step for the sub, they appreciate the effort to make sure their competitors are bidding the same scope as they are. The sub returns the filled-out scope sheet with their bid to be considered for the job. This minimizes scope gap risk and prevents subcontractors from claiming they did not know what scope to include in their price. As bids from the subcontractors arrive, your estimator or project manager can manually enter or import the sub's response into the scope sheet tracker. The 14 Fathoms solution provides a means to visually identify scope gaps. It has an area for plugging costs to make sure the bids are apples to apples. The product includes many tools to provide the information you need to pick the correct sub for the job. Such tools include bid summary statistics, showing high, low, average, and per square foot bid amounts. It shows the percentage and dollar spread between each bidder and the lowest bidder, and between each bidder and the next lower bidder. It has quick ranking and sorting functionality, so you can find and compare your low bidders instantly. On bid day, one-page yellow sheets can be printed and given to the lead estimator for the top sheet summary and any required owner bid forms. These sheets include all relevant information for your business to make smart bid day decisions, all within the comfort of Microsoft Excel. The scope sheet template has been used successfully by one of the nation's largest general contractors on hundreds of bids. But should you have any issues, US-based support is a quick phone call or email away. The scope sheet template integrates with other 14Fathoms products, including the master bid list. Customers who use the bid list can import subcontractors who are confirmed to bid a project right into the scope sheet, eliminating the need to re-input all their information. See the 14Fathoms website for more details. If you want to avoid cumbersome bidding software, reduce risk, minimize scope gaps, and work more efficiently within the comfort of Microsoft Excel, contact 14Fathoms for more information or to request an online or in-person demonstration showcasing all of its value-adding capabilities. Thanks for watching the screencast. Excel in Building.